Hello and welcome to the final map of the series between x-kom, AGO and GODSENT, and we are on Inferno. And once again, Geet, sorry. Geet, whichever one. I've forgotten already, I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. It's on me for choosing such a weird name, and no one can. Yeah, no one got it. So I don't blame people for pronouncing it. It's all cool. I'll just call you Sven from now on. Okay.
Then, that works for me. It's better than Dan-chan the anime man, that's for sure. And as GODSENT, they start out on the T side. They're going to be able to get themselves into a 4-on-4. And as they get the bomb down towards B, it's going to be a 3-on-3 with a couple of these CT trying to push through Banana, but there's going to be a flank of this flank. Stiko is behind them, and Maiden, that was a clean shot. Nails down the first, look for a little bit more. He's going to have to pull back, rejoin with his teammates as the two remaining CT try and push forward. Ostrich gets one. Maiden, though, that P250 is finding another frag, and that leaves it all up towards MHL. A1, B2, no kit, and Maiden, 4 kills in the round. P250 goes out well for the GODSENT side there, as they start off Inferno well.
Those were some nice shots. Very clean headshots there from Maiden with that P250. It's something that we see. I'm not going to say we see it more and more. Like, we've always seen the P250 getting utilized from time to time, but it's good to see that every once in a while, like if you decide to go for a bit of utility on the T side, that they pick up a P250 instead of going for like double flash and a smoke, right? I like seeing that because the P250 is just a little bit stronger than the Glock, deals a little bit more damage, and it's a little bit more accurate. A pretty strong pistol in my opinion, and it certainly works out great for Madden in that pistol round. There you go. Gotta be holding off 4 players for top of middle. Crystal and Sand finds 1 each, but look at this. Traits coming through. Brings it back to a 2-on-2. MHL and Oscar against Stiko and Farley. Got the Deagles, but MHL gets dropped, and it's now going to be all on Oscar. So try and see if he can bring this one back. Get something going. Anything at all. Needs to be careful. Close sight. That was close. A bit too close for comfort, perhaps. Ooh. That was interesting.
Farley's not happy. There's a mole in the ranks of GODSENT, and, well, not killing him in time. The HU doesn't do enough damage, but I'm surprised at why the actual nade was thrown. Unless, no, because I was going to say unless it was pulled out, like, just as the last CT died, but we saw him trying to shoot with the Deagle, so it can't be. But yeah, Farley, traitor.
It's those Danes, man, I'm telling you. We're a dangerous bunch.
GODSENT, though, a 5-man push to receive down Banana. That's pretty convincing from the GODSENT side. I mean, admirable attempt from AGO. They thought, you know what, let's just ball it down Banana, see if we can find anything. They used the nades initially to try and force back the T's, and it did work, force them a little further away from the corner, so they weren't going to get shot coming down Banana. But that ultimately just changed where they actually died in the end. Prolonged the round a little bit, but now they'll have themselves the rifles through.
Real quick, before we get too far into this one, I just want to quickly mention that Navi beat G2 2-0, and Heroic beat OG 2-0. So quite interesting results in those 2 matchups. I want to point out that we got Dean and Darth Mike covering Ents versus Big over on ESL_CSGO. So if you jump over there, make sure you say that we said hi. Stiko, beautiful double. Madden eventually shuts him down. Back to a 3-on-3 situation here. Groovy is in a good position, but he's one and done. Good utility usage there. We see a lot of flash assist. Flash assist on almost all the kills. That's what you want to see. I like that feature. I like that they added that feature. It makes it way easier for us to do our job properly. Furlan already pushed up towards Graveyard.
Might be able
Trying
to find
the timing. That's unfortunate.
I mean, nice shot. Yeah. But one more to find, and the bomb ticking its way down. He doesn't even have a kit either. He's just going to try and... Oh, does he have a kit? No, he doesn't. And he's just going to try and hold it, but ultimately tries to find the frag against Steeko, and Steeko plays that one pretty well in the end. Fourth on the board for GODSENT as they get this final map underway pretty sharpish for themselves. x-kom AGO, their first gun round doesn't work out well for them. And, well, AGO back to the pistols. It feels like nuke all over again here. GODSENT looking pretty confident, and they'll be wanting to try and take this game because right now they sit bottom of the Pro League for this Group A. They've only won one match this season. x-kom AGO, they've won 2. And if GODSENT can pick up this game, they'll be obviously tied with both x-kom AGO and G2 on that 2 wins score. But with G2 obviously losing towards Na'Vi today. But obviously it's not going to change anything in the results of going to playoffs. Both these teams too far gone for that point. Pistol just being picked off here. Steeko was taken down earlier on, and Furlan with that AK might be able to find some damage. Ooh, nice shot from Groovy there. Just threw the smoke in the coffin. Nails down 1. That's the bomb planter Zen. The bomb does get planted. So GODSENT will still be able to pick up the round as a couple kills found from AGO. And we'll save that AK for Furlan.
Definitely good idea here for Furlan to just drop back and hold on to that that AK. He doesn't have like a ton of money behind him, and if he can hold on to the AK, that would be preferred. Obviously, you want to have an AK on the CT side. Gives you that one-shot potential to the face where the M4 doesn't quite take one down in a single bullet to the face. Yeah, 5-0. Off to a flying start here, GODSENT on the T side of Inferno. It's something that we mentioned after that, like right before we went into this one, actually. Pointed out that GODSENT second half on Vertigo was really good.
Yeah.
And they came out running on Nuke. They absolutely nailed it. And we talked about maybe they can bring that momentum into this one. It seems like at least at this point in time, they've brought that momentum to Inferno. Gonna try and see if they can shut this one down in a strong fashion. They've already managed to build up quite a hefty economy behind them as well. That's obviously going to help them out if they lose a round here. They will still be able to buy up for the next one.
Yeah, and especially with the opening now as well, Farlig nails down MHL early on in the round. That's the AWP gone. Fiku follows shortly over. Groove is the only player towards this A site that's still standing and trying to find shots. We'll get one from the pit. The Molotov, it's pushing him forward a little bit. There is a smoke he has down already that's giving him a bit of sanctity in that position. But this is a GODSENT side. We're just going to keep on rolling up the kills. Groovy, if he can find another kill here from this pit position. His teammate isn't even rotating over at this point. His teammate doesn't even believe in him, and rightly so. As Zen will take him down. It will be GODSENT securing a 6th, surely, as they get the bomb planted. Oscarish alone in a 1v3. Looks like he's just going to try and save a weapon.
Again, obviously not the start that Ego was hoping for here. GODSENT, they're just taking full control of this game. We can already see that because they've managed to build up a decent enough economy, see some of the players going for a bit of a hunt here. They're not like rushing the hunt. They want to try and see if they can potentially take him down, but obviously there's no reason to throw their weapons away, so they want to be methodical about it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not going to check T at this point. They were just trying to clear out the house first, and Oscarish, he'll be able to carry them forward through to the next round. GODSENT will keep those 3 players alive, and you saw actually Zen shuffling the AWP down through mid alongside him. Doesn't actually take it into the next round, was just trying to deny AGO from saving that weapon by the looks of things. And, well, there's a T side. The AWP isn't really all too viable. I think it's pretty limited in the options you have early round. I think post plant is great on the T side, but certainly early round in Inferno, it can be quite a difficult weapon to utilize. You almost only have 2 options with banana and mid, essentially. Maybe ult mid as well, in towards the apartments, but rarely you're able to find a pick there. GODSENT will have themselves against Furlan's AWP, which is brought up. A few Deagles and a M4 for Oscarish, but it's the Furlan AWP that gets the opening. Gonna be able to find a second as well as Maiden just runs through a smoke after him. We're in towards the site. A weapon picked up for MHL. That's the AK in his hands, and now GODSENT. Gonna try and hold this B site 3-on-5. Furlan, with that AWP, has made considerable damage and is going to be looking for more as Farlig finds two towards Ruins. Those are huge kills. There is a third player coming through with that avenue, and Gruby's Molotov finishes off Zen, but it's Stiko and Farlig against Furlan and Gruby, and as Stiko holds the line out Farlig to defend, and that's going to be GODSENT. A 3-on-5 there as x-kom AGO try and retake the B site.
Then the two-man ace, just Farley hitting some gnarly shots, that's for sure. And Stiko getting a little bit lucky with that first player running through the smoke right into his crosshair. I mean, can't really get much better than that. That's like everyone's dream when you're holding an angle and someone just runs straight into your crosshair. Wow, that was a real good round there for GODSENT. It didn't look great for them. They were down 2 players. It was a 5-on-3 situation, but Farley and Stiko stepped it up massively. And slight mistakes there from AGO as well on that like trying to retake the bomb site. Slight mistakes on the way that they tried to do so. And GODSENT just capitalizing on that beautifully.
Yeah, certainly nice work all around from the GODSENT side as they hold themselves a pretty impressionable lead already, 7-0. And AGO need to try and find something here. They had a chance in that last round. But GODSENT, that B site, a bit of a fortress for them as we get ourselves into the 8th round. GODSENT looking to find an 8th round of their own as it's now quite a bit of cash for Farlig and Stiko especially. 10k a piece for them, but Furlan just aggressive in towards Banana, gets the opening kill. Crystal to fall. Nice opening frag. There's a chicken victim as well. Great chicken massacre of Banana, but it's going to be AGO who hold themselves in the advantage.
Let's be real for a second.
Okay.
If this ends like incredibly one-sided in favor of GODSENT, I'll be a little bit upset. I was hoping, like, considering how the first map went, it ended up 16-14. It started off being incredibly one-sided and then turned into something incredible. Second map, a little bit too one-sided for my liking. I certainly don't hope this one is a one-sided affair either. I want to see as many rounds on the board as possible. Need to see AGO bring this one back. At least somewhat. Not necessarily all the way back, but at least get some rounds on the board. Make it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they sit in a 4-on-4 right now, and they weren't able to pick up the 5-on-3 last time towards B, but that was with a few pistols as well as a couple of weapons. This time fully kitted. Can they find the shots? A nice trade on towards Maiden. And MHL is going to answer on towards Farlig as well, but then towards the back of the site, or towards Poolrova. He's still alive. It's only Stiko who remains now over towards the Banana position. MHL, he's just going to bang everyone out as he will get the defuse through just in time, I think. Never mind. Without a kit, no time. And that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate for AGO. They got the kills, and that was a really nice retake, but without the kit, there's just no time. I don't know if there was one dropped by the CTs anywhere. Certainly. I mean, that was a chance. That was a chance. At least they're looking a little bit more sprightly now, and they've took away 5 weapons from GODSENT.
Yeah, but does it really matter? Like, look at the money on GODSENT. Sure, they took some weapons away from them, but they need a heck of a lot more than that. Furlan does find the opening here, but he's quickly traded out, and that's, again, a little bit unfortunate. If he managed to find that weapon, perhaps, and escape from that situation, this round could turn interesting. But again, it's a bit of a mixed bag in terms of the weaponry in the hands of AGO here. Kind of a weird round, honestly. We got an AWP, we got a couple of Deagles, an M4. Some of the players saving a bit of money, some of the players using most of their money. Obviously, on a full losing bonus, they can afford to spend a little bit more than otherwise. MHL is actually in a pretty good position right on the edge of the smoke here. It's a good frag from him. Finds the double as well. Fiku helps out with one onto Crystal. It's now going to be all on Stiko. Trying to push up a little bit closer, try and see if he can find the angle. Oh, that's unfortunate. MHL shuts him down, and that's a good round for MHL. And finally, big celebrations. Echo finds their first round on the board.
A pat on the back.
Look at that.
Pat on the back for all those AJO players. They get one. And, I mean, this is the start of something cool. Something good for the AJO side. I mean, if they could string a few more here, they've got a bit of cash to break through still on the GODSENT side. But the 5 players he took down in that prior round on the retake on B does help them out. Like, you can see now, Crystal, Zen, Maiden, they're all pretty low on cash. It's going to be probably one more buy they can bring through here, the GODSENT side. As the up of MHL picks up that opening frag. Ostrich is able to double that up, but only just for a moment as Maiden trades out Furl and Groovy there around as well to find frags. And, well, that's a complete turnaround from AGO. Stiko's all that remains, and a 1v4.
It's basically 81 HP against 400. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, and the AWP of MHL, that's instantly dropped that 80 HP.
So at the very least, now what we are seeing from Ego is that, so they're utilizing better positions. First of all, they're trying for a not like full aggression as we've seen them do a couple of times down towards Banana, but slight aggression and just holding those angles and taking that deep peek without exposing themselves too much. And more than that, they're landing their shots, which they didn't do for the first 8 rounds. Like, they barely hit any shots, honestly. They got a little bit lucky here and there and hit a few shots, but for the most part, it was GODSENT taking full control of it. The last couple of rounds have looked alright for Ego, but obviously they need a whole lot more than just that. We gotta remember, though, it's quote-unquote only 8 rounds in the favor of GODSENT.
Yeah.
I know they're in a big lead, but as long as they're not like on 10 rounds, there's still a pretty good chance here for Ego to bring it back somewhat and make it a bit of a close first half here.
Yeah, certainly. As there's a bit of a duel in towards mid, it's going to go actually pretty even until Ostrich will find a couple kills to close things out, and it will be a third for the Poles. So, there's a third, 5 rounds behind with 4 left to play for in this first half. It's certainly not a foregone conclusion this first half. There's certainly a room for AGO to wriggle into, as they do push GODSENT to the brink here with a single AWP for Farley, a couple AKs, a Galil, and just a Deagle for Maiden. GODSENT are going to throw everything they can muster against this full buy from the AGO side, and look at MHL going a little bit aggressive, trying to find an opening in towards the whole mid, but dink down through the smoke, I think, through mid. Farley has found one. GODSENT.
Farley with an opening frag, that's a good one, but he oversteps his boundaries slightly, and Fika will take advantage of it.
Yeah. Maybe not the best move there to push through the smoke of Bananas. Now it starts to fall apart for GODSENT a little bit. What was a man advantage now turned into a man disadvantage pretty quickly there. Zen's position is good, and that's opened up the split towards B. Furlan, he's alone towards the A site. There's 2 players in towards B, and we'll see what GODSENT decide to do, but it does look like they want to go towards that A site.
This is so smart from Fiku and Groovy, though. They make sure that they check CT, and by doing so, they realize, okay, it has to be an A hit. And then they're real quick for the rotation. This is brilliant work from Ego. Textbook stuff. Furlan, good double frag as well. It's now going to be all on Madden. Not a whole lot left for him to do. He's down to just 50 HP. A 1-on-3. 30 seconds left on the clock. He does have the bomb. There's actually still potential for him to go for that full rotation back towards the B bomb site. He does have time for it, but he needs to put on those Nikes or whatever it is. Jordans.
Yeah, he certainly is going to be strapping himself in for a little jog towards his B site, and he will be able to get the bomb to plant it. Nobody nearby for AGO to deny it, so, I mean, if nothing else for GODSENT, they've got the bomb plant. This Maiden can maybe find a kill or two here. They'll try and limit the economy for AGO, but they all have defuse kits. And Maiden, oh, that was a chance for the kill. Doesn't hold down mouse one for long enough, though. And Furlan will survive with half of his HP, as if all three of them going to be pushing through the ruins. Can Maiden find anything? First player in. Oh my god, it's absolutely huge. How has he done that?
I can't believe it.
I'm lost for words. He just 1v3s, you're all running the same angle. Nobody's able to trade him, and he didn't even have much HP either. Like, that was 2 shots needed, maybe.
That's ridiculous.
Like, go on.
Real good move there from Madden. As I pointed out, he just had enough time for the rotation, and he took that. And he didn't make too much noise initially. Only started making noise when he dropped down from the balcony. Real good decision from Madden. Good utility usage down towards CT and towards construction. And good positioning, but that cannot happen. AGO, they gotta be beating themselves up over that one.
Oh, they're making amends in this one.
Then instead. That works.
Yeah.
Good stuff from Oscar, trying to bring this one back after a huge mistake in the previous round. Stiko picks up the AWP, but Oscar, he goes on the aggression, finds the frag gun Stiko. That's a quad kill for Oscar. And the 4th round on the board now for AGO. 9-4. It's not that bad after all.
No.
As I pointed out, it was 8-0 in the favor of GODSENT, so we do have a couple of more rounds on the board here for AGO now. And they're not that far behind. So a 5-round deficit is not amazing, of course. But if they manage to find... If this turns into a 10-5, wouldn't be awful. Obviously, 9-6 is what they're going for, and that would actually be pretty good considering the starting point.
Yeah, and we've GODSENT on just pistols here. It certainly looks like a 5th is certainly doable for the AGO side. We should be able just to keep this one pretty clean. There's plenty of utility, though, for the GODSENT side that might put a spanner in the works. And give these, like, Tech 9s a chance at opening up a round. It can be so deadly in the chaos of smokes and flashbangs. AGO will be hoping it can find something pretty cleanly as Groovy. It's taken down by Stiko's Deagle over towards the balcony, but through the walls, he's still left with 60 points of his health.
Decent attempt with that nade. Goes for the aggression, though, and Stiko shuts him down. Ooh, a lot of nades down towards the pit position. It's Madden who finds the frag eventually. 4-on-3, and again, we've mentioned it before, those upgraded pistols, they can deal so much damage. We've seen it time and time again. Now we actually got to see it one more time. It's a double AWP setup for a potential retake. That's not really what you want in a retake situation.
No, and GODSENT, they're not giving anything up at this point. You see Furlan trying to wait for a shot towards the site, but GODSENT just aren't going to budge. And now MHL. Can you find anything from the apartments? Not got many angles to work with, and as the time ticks down, there's just no chance. And there's a shot from MHL. They're trying to just hold them in towards the site, trying to deny them saving any weapons. As it's only Farlig and Stiko remain, the nading towards the pit. Will actually deal the killing blow onto Farlig, who gets caught by the bomb. Stiko just about survives, though, and it is going to be a 10th round for GODSENT off the back of just pistols. And AGO, that's not what you wanted. That was a round you should have won. That was a round you should have gotten a 5th on, and that's a missed opportunity. And there's been a couple of those now for the AGO side in this first half.
Bit of a pause getting called. It's a tactical coming through from GODSENT. Obviously, they want to try and see if they can make this 11-4, which has been the halftime score for both of the first, well, the first and the second map. The halftime ended 11-4. We're gonna see it once more. That's the question. I certainly thought this was gonna be an incredibly close map between these two teams, because statistically speaking, this is not a bad map for either of these two teams. and it is a map that they're fairly comfortable with and that they play, quite a bit actually. But I think it all comes down to GODSENT feeling it basically. They had a good second half on Vertigo. They absolutely nailed it on Nuke. That momentum that we talk about from time to time.
Yeah, it's certainly in GODSENT's camp, the momentum. As it is going to be a fast push in towards mid. Viku kills his teammates, and it's going to result in GODSENT having themselves a 5-on-3. That is not how you want to start off the round. Crystal's going to nail Groovy as well towards the pit. There's no defense at all from A site, and it's going to be GODSENT 2 and 11th. Is this going to be... Well, this is surely going to be 11th. It's another 11-4 half. We just can't stop getting them, can we?
This is a little bit ridiculous at this point. Now, the silver lining here for Ego is that we got Ferlin and Oscar, both great players. But even if they popped off massively in a 2-on-5 situation where GODSENT, they got real good positioning. Yeah, Farley eventually he shuts down both. That will do it. 11-4. Okay.
Yeah.
Yet another.
Yep, third in a row. 11-4. First time it was AGO. The second time it was GODSENT. Oh, we got GODSENT again with that 7-round lead, and certainly feeling pretty boyish about their chances in this one, especially after a convincing win on Nuke. They put x-kom AGO close on the first map in the end, and it really has been since that first map GODSENT all the way to try and secure a second win in this season.
We need to see something magical from Ego here. Otherwise, I think this is going to be over pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
GODSENT, they played absolutely amazing on Nuke, and they're playing really well here on Inferno as well. We saw like a decent amount of rounds actually being fairly close here for the first half, and we did see Ego have some brilliant rounds as well. We can't take that away from them, but they came up a little bit short for most of the rounds, I would say.
Yeah, there was definitely a few chances there. Obviously, against the Pistols, they dropped a round against Maiden in the 1v3. That was a round they should have closed.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, and they played it sort of all right as well, trying to push together as a free man. The AWP jumped across initially, pulled Maiden's aim over to the right, but his two teammates are a little bit slow, I think, if I remember rightly, in coming around the corner. And then basically Maiden switched his aim and just basically sprayed them both down because he lined up for him. Which, I mean, works out well for the GODSENT side, that's for sure. And it definitely could have been at least one round there. It could have easily been a 9-6 half for AGO. It could have been a little bit better, to be honest, but in the end it is what it is, and there's no second chances in the rounds. It's either you win it or you lose it.
Before we get too far into this one, I just want to quickly remind all of you guys at home that there's currently a sale going on shop.eslgaming.com. So if you want yourself some dope jerseys from any of the teams, they're even hoodies, jackets, all that stuff. They got some sick backpacks actually. I've been staring at them for a while. I'm super broke, so I can't buy it right now, but I will definitely when I get paid. They look super sick. It's from like the backpacks are made from banners used at events.
That's pretty sick.
That's super dope in my opinion. So
Yeah.
they have one from the road
Can
to
you choose which events? Is it like this backpack is made from Cologne 2019, that sort of stuff, or is it just sort of a mixed match?
They have 4 different choices for you basically. They have one called Streamer Edition. And we're not, well, we are kind of talking, Twitch and YouTube and all that, but it's like the stream area, their banners is used for this backpack. They have a Classic Edition, they have the Pro League Edition, and a Gamescom Edition. So kind of cool, and honestly, they look dope in my opinion. But check out the website.
Definitely.
Plenty of products for you to snap. We got the teams jerseys, of course, as I pointed out. So check it out if you're on the look for some dope
Definitely.
esport branding.
Definitely some good stuff in the ESL shop, and we'll get ourselves back into the game now, though. 11-4 for GODSENT, and into the second half pistol round. They'll have a kit for Crystal and a smoke for him. The rest of the team just rolling with the armors. AJO are going to try and roll in towards his B site. Crystal going to be under quite a bit of threat as 5 players going to be overrunning his position, but smoke down towards Coffin. He's just going to back away, keep himself alive. Smart move, keeping his team in the 5-on-5 and wait for his teammates to regroup as Zen secures one groove. He can only find one of his own as Zen's going to secure a second for himself. And MHL just through the smoke will find Crystal. That gives the x-kom AGO side a huge new avenue to play within this defense. They're no longer hemmed in towards a site. They can play it from the ruins, and that's going to work out well for them as MHL will find another. They're both so low, though. 14 points of health between these two players. But Farlig, he's left on 1 HP as well. And now Madden, he's on 10. And it's going to be all over, surely. Nice shot from Farlig. And with the kit, does he just hold this? If Furlan peeks out and finds a shot, he can take him down. And it will be a 5th for AJO. Pretty messy round.
What a round, though, yeah. Back and forth it went. And, like, MHL, he hit some sick shots in that round. Beautiful stuff from him, especially. But in general, like, that round could have gone either way. Even at the very end of it.
Yeah.
It was pretty unsure who would take it.
Yeah.
Both players were fairly low on HP.
AJO, though, pushing through that smoke ruins gave them a new lease of life in that round. They were hemmed in towards the site. They were going to get punished so hard, and pushing through that smoke, getting the kill on towards Crystal, that gave them a big chance, because they were able to play around the corners in towards ruins. That obviously opens up the CT avenue as well to begin towards the site. So, yeah, very nice work. There's just the pistols for GODSENT. You go 1-for-1, Zen. The damage on the 5-7, that's a misthrown nade. As Farlig will take a bit of damage for his teammates' nade there. A little bit of a return from earlier in the game. As a bomb is planted towards an A site. AJO should be able to lock this down now. It'll take something of a, not a miracle. I think miracle maybe a bit too far. A huge mistake from AJO, let's call it, to give up this round. It should be pretty locked in here. The timer ticking down. No kits for the CTs. No entry point into the site. No weapons, really. Just a Galil for Maiden and a few pistols. So it is going to be a 6 for AJO. Although Crystal doing quite a lot of damage. He's put MHL down, though, as well with that nade. And his teammate's going to swing in to find both the kills. So AJO, although they do find the round, that's a lot of damage. Nobody survives for AJO, and GODSENT come out the round with a Galil and an AK-47.
I really like that from GODSENT, because typically what you want to do in a situation like that, if you've fully invested into the round, which everyone does nowadays, if you're fully invested into that second round, and it's the bomb has been planted, and there's utility out, like smokes or whatever, and you're kind of getting caught in a situation where you probably won't have success if you go for a retake attempt.
No.
In a situation like that, what you typically want to do is just fall back and hold on to the upgraded pistols for the next round, which was going to be an eco if they didn't do that right. But I like what GODSENT is doing. Seeing as they're this far ahead, they have the opportunity to go for it. And they also have the opportunity to just sit there and wait and take care of the, take down the players after the fact and deal a lot of economic damage to them. It's a good decision in my opinion.
Yeah, certainly. Especially with those 2 weapons saved. It gives this buy a little bit more firepower. Which is always good to see. And AJO. They took a bit of early damage from the nades down Banana. There's nobody dead, but both Furlan and MHL a little bit softer. And obviously, Crystal here with the MP9 might be able to find a little something off the back of that. They start to push in towards this B site rather. Crystal does get the first up on top of the boost. The smoke then comes in and he drops down, but it's Groovy and Furlan who, with the smoke, kill these players. And this is surely going to be GODSENT just going for the save now. 3-on-4. AJO. I mean, it's pretty similar to the last round. They should have this locked down. It's almost inevitable the 7th here. And maybe GODSENT just try and pick up a player or two on the exits. To do a Farlig in towards the ruins, he's sort of hemmed in that position. He can't really escape from there.
Yeah, this is not necessarily the best decision here from Farley, because he needs to get out of there to make sure that he stays alive. With one player on the bomb side, he'll take him down. Yeah, now he needs to back off, of course. There should be an AK down somewhere.
Yeah.
Didn't find it, though. A 7th round on the board now for Ego. Only a 4-round deficit, so considering that it was 8-0 at one point, this is turning into a bit of a more interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what we asked for as well. We wanted to see Ego try and bring it back and make it a bit more exciting for us to watch, and they've certainly done that. I mean, we got to give them credit for that. GODSENT, they've made it interesting as well. I'm not going to take that away from them. Especially Madden's 1-on-3 situation. Like an absolute boss.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of rounds that GODSENT didn't deserve to win in that first round, but they made in the first half rather than made something of it. And now, x-kom AGO, they are really trying to fight back. They bring things back into the 4-on-4. Look at Grooby's position. This is everything for this T side. If he catches the player here, he does get the first, and that forces Farlig into an awkward position where he's now going to have to try and focus the fight onto Grooby, and he can't win it out, and that is the B site lost. And x-kom AGO, an 8th going to be posted here, and GODSENT. They did take they finally took the eco, a bit of a half buy with a few little weapons brought up, but they'll carry that Galil and the MP9 through. They'll get a full buy the next round, so I'm not really sure why they'll carry these weapons through. I mean, of course, yeah, the MP9 can still be a viable weapon if it's played correctly, the Galil as well. But I feel like for the first proper gun round you're going to get, I feel like you just want as much sort of proper firepower as you can get.
Yeah, they're not necessarily so much holding on to the weapons. It's definitely
I guess the armor and smoke and kit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the utility more than anything. Holding on to that utility allows them to get obviously better weapons, more utility, and they don't have to reinvest. It allows them to get an AWP, so even a double orb if they want to. It gives them a few more options here for this 20th round. A bit of a pause getting called this time around from Ego.
Yeah. And, well, just 3 rounds, the difference now. This is the first pause from the AGO side, and a pivotal round to call one in, because this is going to be GODSENT's first proper buy round. They've been teasing these saved weapons for a few rounds now. They now finally get themselves the full weapons out. They've got Farlig on the AWP, a few M4s, or 2 M4s, a saved Galil, a saved M4. Sorry, saved Galil, saved MP9. Tripping over my words a little bit, but I mean, Zen and Stiko could definitely have bought up themselves a proper rifle, or an M4, instead of those saved weapons, but they just choose to use them instead. Obviously, it's a bit of saved cash, but we'll see if that maybe compromises this buy a little bit for them. If the need arises, an M4 may have been a better choice.
Yeah, it's a little bit interesting to go for that. And SMG and the Galil, as you pointed out, holding on to those weapons. Good amount of damage early on. Again, the utility, we mentioned it already on Vertigo. We pointed it out a couple of times on Nuke as well. Utility, all in all, has been pretty good from both sides of the aisle. Like, we've seen a lot of utility damage with the nades, with the mollies. Good usage of the smokes, of course. A lot of flash assists. Yeah, pretty good technical game all around. Obviously, we've seen a couple of mistakes here and there as well, but it happens. Now it does look like Ego might want to try some aggression over towards the A-bomb site. Zen needs to be a little bit careful here. Threw down the smoke. Gave him a bit of extra time to work with. The molly as well. Gonna keep them at bay for just a bit longer. Stiko. It's a good frag on Fiku. Ruby. He gets taken down by Madden. Good start to the round here for GODSENT and Ego. Needs to come up big time. Timing a little bit off there, Stiko. Eventually he gets taken down. Furlan, that's a good frag. He finds another. Eventually, Farley with the AWP brings it back, but Furlan is not done. That's a triple. Furlan is incredibly low on HP though, but he finds the quad. There you have it.
What the
That's
hell?
what we were looking for.
What was that? Furlan just goes nuclear. Like, that is outrageous. Not allowed. GODSENT. They had that round of the books. The 2 opening frags go their way, and it all just crumbles. Furlan is finding a 4K. He's now on 21. And second highest in the server. Maiden just about pipping him to that title. 22 for Maiden. And, well, AGO are being put in Furlan's backpack right now. At least for that round. As we'll try and continue their comeback on this T side. 9-11. This is certainly spicing up a little bit now, this game.
It's 5 rounds in a row already for Ego, and it doesn't look like they're slowing down anytime soon. Obviously, they can't rely on one player popping off every single round of Furlan just opening up the backpack and allowing the rest of the teammates to jump in. They got to step it up as a team. Work as a unit to try and bring this one back. This could potentially be interesting this round here, because we do have GODSENT going for a bit of a stack over towards the A bomb site. And in the meantime, we actually have 3 players from AGO moving up banana. So with the bomb as well, there's definitely still potential here. 2 of the A players are close towards the archway though, and that gives them that opportunity for a quick rotation back towards the B bomb site if it's needed. It seems like they've already decided that it's exactly what they're going for. Seeing rotation already coming through. Madden finds one, but he's quickly traded out. Crystal still sitting on the back of the side here. We have another player. That's Farley. Through the smoke he goes. Crystal finds the double as well. There you have it. GODSENT. They bring it back.
Finally, they get around on the CT side. It's been a long time coming. 5 in a row for AGO. Finally cut short at the 6th. But GODSENT going to be able to continue this, because that wasn't exactly a whole tactical round coming out there at all from the GODSENT side. That was Farley running through a smoke with an MP9 collecting 2. And then Crystal just able to find 2 from the dark position as well. It wasn't as if AGO was just put in their place. It was a bit of a brawl, and GODSENT, you can't rely on that for your rounds. So we'll see if they can maybe step things up a notch here. He obviously survived with a few plays in the last round, so the buy is pretty good here. They got the AWP up for Farley, and then a few M4s. That's a nice opening from the AWP.
Yeah, and again, he is Farley. Farley, meaning dangerous in Danish. He certainly is, especially with that AWP. We've seen him land some magical shots on Nuke, and that was a pretty good shot as well on this one. He's still on that A bomb site, inside the site. Finds yet another scene in pit position. He gets a double. Farley is not even done yet. He's just patiently waiting for that final player to peek out. It's going to be Oscar. But look, no damage dealt towards any of the GODSENT players. And 400 damage dealt to AGO. 4 players out of the equation. Oscar, he gets taken down. That's as clean a round as you can get.
Yeah.
GODSENT, obviously, they used a bit of utility, but other than that, they didn't take any damage. They didn't lose any armor or anything like that. Beautiful round there from GODSENT. That's exactly what you called for as well.
Yeah, they're starting to get back into the swing of things now, the GODSENT side, and if they can pick up another round here, it's going to put AGO in a difficult position where they'll be down 5, and GODSENT just one away from match point. This is the final map of the series, and AGO just glocks for them. A single deagle for Fiku, and, well, there goes Oscar. He's been naded down through Banana. They're going to try and push in towards B, but it's the AK of Maiden that's going to secure 4 already. Even just Fiku, and 1 versus 5, and I mean, Crystal's low. Maiden gets an ace, though. And a nice little pickup from him. Is an anti-eco ace, but certainly an ace nonetheless, as he cleans them all up.
Is that the 3rd or the 4th? I know it's
at least
at
3.
least the 3rd.
Yeah, at least the 3rd ace we've had this series. Possibly
That's
a
pretty
fourth.
good.
Yeah, I mean, some massive individual plays in this game, and well, now AGO, they're up against it. They need to try and pick up a round here. If not, it's going to be such a difficult final round because they won't really have much economy. GODSENT will have everything in their favor, and well,
Ouch.
that's almost 200 damage with the nades.
That's ridiculous.
Furlan and Groovy, they have a combined 15 HP now.
That's pretty stupid, let's be real.
Yeah, a brief gust of wind is going to knock them over.
Yeah.
But we'll see if they can still maybe get a frag or two with those AKs. The one-shot potential is there to the head. Just need to try and avoid the fight. Sight fights, but, well, you can't avoid a nade from Zen. Ruby can avoid Zen's gun barrel, as he's able to find one. Maiden, though, towards the back of the site, keeps the GODSENT side in the advantage as he brings it into that 3-on-2. MHL and Oscarish, they are needing to set themselves up, and Oscar isn't going for the bomb plant just yet. He's waiting for aggression, which isn't going to come, and now he will get that bomb planted. 3-on-2 retake needed for the GODSENT side to try and find 15.
Oh,
Shot from Farlig. And now Oscar, 1 versus 3. Can he secure the frags? A quick peek out. He gets the first, but Crystal quick on the trade. It will be a 15th for GODSENT and match point in AGO. They're going to have absolutely nothing. The bomb plant will help them out with the cash. They can get AKs and armor and maybe a few smokes. But I feel like they're going to have to get a Galil or two in there and a decent chunk of utility.
Yeah, this is morally so taxing for Ego. Because they managed to bring it back from 8-0 in the favor of GODSENT. They brought it back, ended the first half 11-4, which still wasn't amazing for them. Then they brought it back with 5 rounds in a row, and then GODSENT, they just took over. 4 rounds in a row for them, and they're looking at the last round potentially to shut this one down.
Yeah, we have the pause coming through. I mean, Furlan, VQ, they're at 3.7. That's an 8k in armor. Is that what you go for here? I mean, Groovy and MHL have already done that. They've brought up a smoke each as well. Because they had about 4k per player. Do you go for the firepower or do you go for the utility? That's the question here. Because if you want the utility, you're going to have to compromise on the AKs for a couple of players. Get some Galils through maybe. Just to get a bit of that extra utility up. You're not going to be able to get an AWP up no matter what happens here.
Yeah, the problem is I kind of want to see Ego go for a CT to B split at this point in time. It's one of those like last ditch effort plays basically. If it works,
Yeah.
it's great. If it doesn't, well, you lose.
Yeah, it's just something a bit different.
The problem with that, however, is that GODSENT, they've been aggressively peeking mid every single time. So it's going to be very difficult for Ego to go for that quick mid to CT to B split. If they decided to do it, we could have some of the players on SMGs because you want to have like close quarter combat on that arch side with those SMGs. If you go for that CT to B splits, yeah, I don't know what they're supposed to do here. It seems like GODSENT got their number, and GODSENT they've got the upper hand ever since. Well, honestly, ever since the second half of the first map.
Yeah, the B site for GODSENT's been looking pretty good for them. Maiden has been chalking up the frags there. The help of Zen. And Vader's now at 30 kills. 30 to 15. He's on a 2.0 KD. He's looking pretty hot at the top. But one more round needed. If you can collect a couple more frags, would just be the icing on the cake for him. Certainly. Maybe the A site. Maybe the A site is what they need to have a look at, perhaps. I mean, I agree with the sort of maybe the route for a B split through CT. If they're able to pull that off, it's certainly going to be a pretty good chance of a round if they can get there, especially undetected if they get a player into that location. But certainly that's going to be difficult to pull off. I think A may be a bit of a safer option. but maybe less likely of actually claiming the round. It depends how AGO want to go, which way they want to swing. They haven't really tested A site much in these last few rounds. It's mostly been B.
There's so many problems here for Ego though, because I feel like they want to go for something rather quick at this point. Because if they go for slow setups, as like slow rolling it basically, as they've done for most of their rounds, they're gonna get outgunned and out like utilitied.
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
utility. It works enough. Don't worry.
So yeah, obviously when GODSENT have more money than Ego, and Ego can barely scrape by with the amount of money they have, they don't have the utility to play out time. So they have to try and go for something rather quick. Otherwise, I feel like that they're just gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can always win your duels and you can get a little bit lucky. So anything can happen in a round of Counter-Strike. We know that. But I'm really hoping for that CT to be split. Would like to see aggression up towards the archway with an SMG. Throw down that deep smoke to the arch, like right on the library side of the arch, which would allow them to push in towards CT. But instead, they are playing it somewhat slow, or at least not going for a full rush.
Yeah. I mean, they've got now 2 smokes and only 4 players. As Maiden and Crystal nade through Banana yet again, doing the damage. As GODSENT, they have a opening frag. And Farley rotating over with that AWP to bolster up the defense here. AGO may just be walking into a brick wall as the kills come through. Maiden with 2. Farley looking to try and assist from the coffin's position. And there's only 2 of these AGO players who remain. Maiden's going to go, or try and look through the smoke. Starts to fade, he's going to secure himself another. Groove will eventually shut him down, but Farley just about getting away from the gunfire. It's a couple of missed shots there from Farley, but coming in from behind Zen will close it down. It will be 16